Okay, yeah. So we're gonna do the season 30 Anti-Cleave tier list again. I guess we will start off with the most annoying unit, Anti-Cleave unit that ever existed. That would be Douglas. That guy goes up here. I hate this unit. Even though I feel like I can let it through sometimes because it's just, if you know, it's 50-50 that Zerath crits this and it dies, but I don't know, it's just like that, you know, the games where he does hit the glance and then it's like I pretty much lose, and that always feels pretty bad. I mean, sometimes you can win out even if he glances the first hit. If you get a 4v1 against him, you know, you can line up a Vanessa armor break, which is 50-50, and then into like a crit. It could still work. But yeah, I see Douglas a lot though. Yeah, Gelato. Right, because I pick Charlotte Cookie with Zerath, so people just slam this down, and it's sometimes I let it through and it's okay, but most of the time I'd rather just see it banned out. So for that reason, it's like I feel like we need another yeah, I'll just keep it in S tier. I hope they nerf this. I think the passive should go to like a 40% max glance chance, so people just don't slam it down into everything. It really should just be used to punish heavy win drafts. And how it is now, I feel like you can just pick it on into like, you know, more stuff than you should be able to. So yeah, Douglas, top of the list for me. Another unit I would see a lot with Douglas is Leica. I would say this season, maybe I would drop him down one rung. I feel like I got more comfortable letting him through because of, you know, Despair Vanessa can stun him. Even if you don't stun him, you land an arm break on him and then just multi-hit him to death with Charlotte or something. Also, you know, 50-50 that he revenges too, so there's some RNG there where you can definitely win out. Like, I've had games where I hit the Leica like 4 times, no revenges, and it just dies. So yeah, this season it felt more manageable to fight Leicas because of again, Despair Vanessa, Charlotte could deal with it, Cookie could deal with it, right? And like a 4v1, Zerath could just sustain your team and it gives you more chances to get a stun on them. So I mean, I think I'd move him down a bit because of that, but still really strong into you know, my comp specifically. What else do we have here? Let's see. I don't think any of these, I mean, Elad, I guess I could put Arda in there too. Arda, I think it's C. I don't think I ever really struggled with Ardas this season. And at least into my core, I feel like Charlotte, you know, you just stun, glance it, doesn't do anything. Vanessa, you just armor break it, does no damage. And it kind of just sits there getting controlled, so I would put that C tier. Although I do know there are a lot of Arda enjoyers maybe would disagree with me, but against, I guess, specifically my team, it wasn't too much of an issue ever. Let's see. Yeah, Revenge Verd should be deleted from the game. I agree. Yeah, we could maybe place Verd. Should be right here, right? He's gone. Huh? You should be right here, right? It's not here. Alright, oh yeah, only Nat 5s. Okay. Alright, we'll find a replacement for Verd later, I guess. Okay, we'll do Elad. I think Elad is like B or C tier, probably. Like in a last pick if you're running sniper teams. I think it's more of a niche counter pick most of the time. If I had like a Shan or Charlotte, you could control everything, but I do remember a few games where I felt like I should just ban it so they couldn't revive anything. But yeah, Elad probably like C. We'll just put in C. I don't think it's that great. Just susceptible to like cool time resets, attack bar control, you know, stuff like that. So we'll put him down there. I guess Hagang is kind of a... Is he kind of an anti-cleave unit? I would guess so. Like if you're playing a CC cleave team. I would say it's at least A tier. I feel like Charlotte already counters it a bit. That's one of the ways you deal with Hagang is you pick attack bar boosters, or you know, stuff that strip pushes back, like Robos can do pretty well into it. I guess one of the more annoying things about him was like if I playing Vanessa Zerath, then it's like I can't set up an armor break on anything, right? So Vanessa kind of becomes dead, and which means my damage output is reduced. Other than that, I would say like it was okay. I mean, I fought a lot of Hagangs this season, of course. But yeah, I think overall it's okay. It was A. Yeah, what else we got? Elad Easy S. I don't know about that. He can be S into some comps. I'd agree with that. Yeah, like if you're a single target snipe player, maybe you'd rate it up here. But like, is Elad better than like a Nana? I don't know. I think Nana's better. What else we got? Okay, Beelzebub. Most of the time, if I saw Beelzebub, it was like a forced ban usually. Right? If you have to either clean sweep the entire team, or it'll come back and snipe something off, and then you know they can definitely come back from that. So I would say, because I was pretty afraid of this thing, I would say it's at least an A tier for Anti-Cleave. It depends on your team though. Like if you have a full AoE cleave team, you don't have to worry about this. But if you're like somewhere in between, then might be a problem. But yeah, it is susceptible again to resets or Mephisto, stuff like that. So yeah, it was pretty good. I definitely most of the time I think I banned this out actually whenever I saw it. Yep, let's see. So yeah, BL's, I'd say it's at least a name. I don't think these are really anti-cleave over here. Okay, Chow. Chow is actually kind of scary too. Believe it or not, when people are last picking Chow. Even though in game it seems like his win rate is not as good as in the draft. I think he definitely looks scarier in the draft than he is in game. But again, like, usually I don't want to take those kind of risks. Especially if I'm comfortable with the first four, I'll usually just ban this thing out anyways. But I feel like in the drafts where I was going like Vanessa, Zerath, Draco into a bruiser team, it was a bit scary. Since it could, you know, maybe proc Nem. I can't armor break it with Vanessa. I wouldn't even try for it. And then it could cut in and snipe something. So Chow, pretty good. Leo. I think you just straight up put him in A tier. It wasn't too good against me since most of my stuff is on Will, but when I pick Cookie early and then they slam the Leo down, then it does, you know, change how I'm gonna have to draft. I think most people will probably struggle with a Leo unless you are full Will. If you're full Will, he probably just gets dropped down because you can actually get a lot of free wins when people pick Leo into you and you're full Will. You just let it through and you don't care about him. Did I see Nagong at all this season? Yes, I did. Nagong, where is he? Nagong was always super annoying. Because, yeah, he would full revive everything, or if you ignore him, he'll just put the Soul Protect up. And then you also have to deal with the damage reduction passive. So I think Nagong was actually pretty good. It's kind of scary, for sure. He's at least A tier for me. But yeah, it's a reviver that can also like do damage. That's why I think Nagong, like sort of like the comparison between Gapsu and Raccoony, where Raccoony can't solo carry a game, but Gapsu can with the skill 2 damage. It's sort of the same here. Nagong can actually kill stuff. Yeah, Nagong at least an A tier, I think. I wouldn't panic too much when I saw one though. Well, I don't know. Nagong same tier like Leo. Yeah, I feel like some people will roast me because they think Leo's up here, but I guess if for most people this should be up here, depending on your runes, right? But for me, I mean, I never really. If people picked Leo, I just slam down like a Carlos, you know, like a 0 speed unit, and I get to have more fun that way. Yeah, Nagong, maybe it's B, I don't know. I mean, yeah, maybe it's actually B tier. I'm gonna dump it down a bit, because there's no cleanse. It's kind of just sits there. So, let's just say it's a B tier unit. Unless the chat can convince me otherwise. Okay, Ragdoll, straight S tier. Straight to the top. I mean, it's Ragdoll. It counters the if I see Ragdoll, I basically don't want to pick Charlotte, right? Because there's a risk he'll cut in if I crit too much. So I think any unit where it's like you see it and you have to switch your comp entirely is pretty strong. Especially in the meta teams where it's like Vela, like, I don't know, Twin Angels, Ragdoll, Vela. And then if I have a Charlotte locked in already, it's gonna be pretty rough. So overall for like me, running AoE cleaves, it's kind of hard. But if you're a single target sniper, maybe you run like Shizuka Oberon into the Gapdoll stuff, maybe you don't mind as much. Yeah, I thought Ragdoll overall was super annoying as usual. Yeah, not a surprise there, I would say. Abellio, yes, okay, that's the other. That is also, I don't know if I'd say Abellio was like a tier above those two sometimes, if I could find it. I would just put Abellio in S tier as well. Should be up here, right? Here he is. I would just put that in S tier. This unit is stupid. It's actually broken with the passive. The fact that this has no cool time on the passive is just ridiculous. It's like I proc it, you proc the passive, and then it takes a turn, it Vioprocs, and then you inevitably will proc the passive again, and he has like the skill 3 heal up again. So it's just such a nightmare to deal with this unit sometimes. And the way people pick it, it's not even really Like, it is anti-cleave, of course, but people pick it just like a water bruiser. That's really strong. That just, it can solo teams, AoE CC with the provoke. He has a ton of healing and then has the skill 2 damage output. Like, this unit is insane. But I found if people picked up Bellio, I was running the light robo team with Gemini, because if you strip a Bellio and then your light robo goes, it actually counters the passive. Because you'll get 50 bar up, you'll actually push a Bellio back, and then he won't cut in. So yeah, light robo was really good into these two. That's how I dealt with it. Also Lucian, if you can build like a damage dealt on water, a Bellio, or damage dealt on water Lucian. These are always like typically high defense, lower on the HP side, so a Lucian could probably just kill that. But yeah, Abellio, S tier. Alexandra, yeah, we could take a look at her. Alexandra. Yeah, we could do the ponies. Oops. Ponies, S tier. I would say S tier, yeah, I did not like seeing this. Especially fighting Jin Yao a lot. He was picking this every game into me. It was just really hard. I remember, I think his pony tanked an armor break Zerath hit. I was like, oh god. Oh my god, so you can't even snipe that thing out. But yeah, pretty hard counter to cleave teams. Yeah, attack break and glance. You could just pick this as a generic slow cleave unit too. You don't have to pick it into cleavers. Right, those two debuffs together are really strong. And it's like extremely tanky while being able to be built with 0 crit rate, right? Because of the skill 2 passive. Having a max crit rate and you just build it with crit damage and HP and it hits really hard. So if I saw Alex, I was like kind of scared of it for the most part. Right, it's one of those units that can just obliterate your team while being extremely tanky and hard to deal with. Right, so if I didn't land an armor break with this and I would go for the Zerath skill 3, I probably would just be dead. I would take a ton of reflect damage and then she would just kill me. And then also as an Alexandra owner as well, I would always pick this into the, you know, like those Lucifer cleavers. Mine's built on Vamp. And when you build it like that on minus light, maybe they kill all 3 of your units, but you go for a transform and you heal the full. And then they're kind of dead. So I know how strong she can be as a owner myself. But yeah, S tier unit. At least for cleavers. And then light pony. I don't think any surprise here. This is also like S tier. S tier because of the RNG factor. You have 2. Now you have 2 checks. You know, one of the reasons I like to cleave is because there's no AC res check for the most part, besides like Vanessa. Right, so when they pick this, now you have 2. You have 2 checks. You have a 15% chance to miss your crit, and you have a 15% chance to glance. So now it's like, it's just even more annoying, you know. So really strong. Even if you're don't cleave, this unit is also really strong into CC teams. Because I believe even if you reset her, if she Vioprocs, doesn't she have the transform up? Like, I'm pretty sure that's also one of the reasons she's really strong. She's like Lulu, pre-nerf Lulu. You guys remember that meta? Like, you could reset the Lulu, but it was like a 2-turn cooltime on the skill 2 or something, so all she had to do was proc. Right, she would skill 1 heal, proc, skill 2 into a like cleanse big heal or something like that, which was broken. So Eleanor's just good into everything. I think that's why we see, like in G3, she has, I think, something like a 53% win rate. So yeah, absolutely kind of a busted unit. So S tier for sure. Who else? Let's move on. Nyx, didn't really see Nyx that much. Volantis, I mean, Volantis A tier, I guess, just RNG. I'd probably put, I don't know, man, is it up here? Maybe not, because I could run attack bar boosters. Volantis is weak to I feel like the same counters to Haygang, where you just run attack bar boosters in front, or like robo teams. So yeah, it wasn't too bad, I guess, but ultimately just another annoying RNG unit. Same with like triple revenge Verd, probably put him up here too. Here, we'll just put up okay, well, Julian actually is kind of okay, Cadiz is triple revenge Verd, okay? I'll make note of that. We do Julian. I actually don't know. If I had to personally rate the Julians I fought this season, I would say I farmed Julians, honestly. Because they're always, most of them are like Nemesis, so Charlotte would just get free attack bar reduction on it. It would drop its HP low, so then when Zerath moves, you rebalance HP, it's just like more damage output overall. So I feel like I kind of farmed this guy all season for the most part. I think if you're a CC player though, it's probably up here. But I think if you're cleaving, you probably didn't care too much about Julian, right? I don't know, but maybe it's like... I probably need to have an in-between tier, but... I would say Triple Revenge Verd was more annoying than seeing Julian's. But yeah, I guess we'll leave it in B tier. Yeah, Julian is amazing, but just not into cleave. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, if things go wrong and you didn't AoE cleave the team, then he could definitely do some work, I would say. But yeah, these two triple revenge units, just RNG, at least A tier. Thing is, with triple revenge Verd, Charlotte can glance it, so you actually have, it's 45% chance to proc, right? But then you also have to factor in the chance that it gets glanced by Charlotte. So there's like another, right? I'm just saying it's more in favor that the triple revenge Verd doesn't do anything into me. So a lot of the time I actually let him through because of that. But yeah, it's still just really annoying to lose to those. It's like you get a free win. Anyway, what else we got here? Oh, Kraka. I might actually rate Kraka a bit higher up. No, wait, I don't know. Kraka, I didn't fight too many Krakas, but this has a big defense lead, which is, you know, damage reduction for me, as well as being a armor break stripper, so that's also really scary. But the revive is just not that strong, right? Because it doesn't give it a turn. It just kind of, the unit you revive just, it comes back with 0 bar, right? But it does have full cool times. But typically, if they're in that position, you have the momentum, and you could probably just deal with that unit they revived anyways. So, I don't know. It's probably somewhere down here. I mean, that's my feeling, at least. I don't know if I would... yeah, I definitely wouldn't put Kraken in the same tier as these guys, I would say. What else we got? Yeah, Kraka unusable. Yeah, how many Kraka owners are in the chat right now? You care to chime in here? B tier. Do Nemtrap Robos get you? Yeah, they have. I've seen some. It could depend on how well they're built. Yeah, for sure I remember losing to some Nem Robos. TL, okay, yeah. TL, how could I forget about that one? Let's see, is this TL? TL is just an S tier. I mean, for obvious reasons, TL hard counters Charlotte, right? So, it was just really annoying to see him too. I actually built a Sonya specifically to counter TL. Like, I built one on plus light, so that you could have a Sonya snipe the TL out first, and then Charlotte would go. But yeah, some of especially the LD comps out there at like High G3 that were running, stuff like Nephthys, Laura TL, stuff like that was always just really hard to play against. I mean, you pretty much have to pivot. Like, TL forces you to pivot, so for sure S tier. I think one of the ways I kind of dealt with it was, again, the Sonya counter pick, and then also, it seems kind of weird, but you could pick Yanhong into it, and you would strip the TL, so now, and then your Charlotte would move and push it back, and then you would still get, what is that, like 22 bar or something, and you could still maybe get a playoff. But yeah, most of the time I felt like I should pivot into like Juno, stuff like that. What's up, Coop? Geldner? I don't think, I maybe saw one Geldner, seriously, like maybe a few times this season. Here he is, Geldner. Yeah, I think that's I don't think, I might have lost to one early in the season because I missed an armor break. So I don't know, I think it wasn't that great. In fact, it might even be here because it just sits. I think it's C tier. I'm sorry. Yeah, again, like I never saw this too much. I think when you do see it, it's kind of maybe sacky, because if someone's picking this into you, you're cleaving them, or you're running like maybe a single target snipe team, and it's like, if this takes an armor break, it's just dead. And then if I get a snipe team going, you just ignore the Geldner and you snipe out the threat, right? So it's just, I don't think it does much. So yeah, but I mean, that's cool if you have a friend that's running it in G2, G3. That's pretty cool. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Be curious to see his win rate. Yeah, let's see what else we got. Nana. Let's see. Nana was pretty good. I saw Nana a lot. I think she's at least A tier, right? I definitely would rate her higher than maybe these two, because Nana is like Vanessa, where she doesn't have to take a turn and then click a skill, right? It'll just revive that unit, which means they can keep some momentum, right? With these units, you have to use your turn to revive. And then Nana obviously having an AoE armor break, with a lot of them being on despair, could absolutely win a game. But yeah, if I saw Nana, I was picking Mephisto a lot. And of course I have Jara, so I had a lot of counter picks for it. But yeah, I think Nana was a solid anti-cleave unit for the most part. Lydia. Why can I never find stuff? She must be at the top, right? Because she's an old unit. Aha. Lydia. I think she's A tier. I'm not sure if I'd put her in the same... At least it didn't feel like she was in the same tier as Alex. Maybe because it's only... The reflect damage isn't AoE. It's just like single target reflect. And I think there's ways you can play around this. By just not... You can just hold your skills and wait them out. Maybe they skill too early and they just don't do enough damage and then she's kind of useless. But I think I did lose to a few of these for sure. Right, like if she survives the Zerath hit and then skill 2s, then I'm just probably dead. So I think it was okay. I mean, I'm not just okay, it was good. It was definitely good. But I still think Alex is a bit scarier to fight. What tier? This is a like anti-cleave tier list. Psych. Miho. I did see some Mihos. I don't think I lost to any on ladder though. Oh yeah, Mihos. This is a Nat 5 tier list. So, Miho. Where's a cat? Are there any cats in here? Cat-like units that can replace Miho. Okay, Ziana kind of looks like Miho, right? Miho. B tier at least. Probably. It depends. If she's either a forced ban, like you have to ban it, or you're like, why did you pick a Miho into me? I have a bunch of units that aren't run on max crit. I'll just ignore her till the end, and then, you know, so it's like, it's either a forced ban, like you have to ban it, because all your units crit, or if they pick it wrong, she's just like, I mean, I guess I could put her B tier because she could still actually do damage. But I think it just depends on where she's drafted. Like, she could be up here because she's a force ban, or she could be down here. And, like, you know, again, you just mispicked her. But you still have a chance to win because nothing can be built on 0 crit rate, right? What else we got? A Chroma? Yeah, we could do a Chroma. Chroma's sort of... I'd say a Chroma's more anti-CC. Did I see any Chromas that were, like, really good? I would say the most of the time, and to me specifically, wasn't that great. It's really just a 15 check if you miss your crit. I don't know. I mean, I think it depends on the overall team comp. Like, she's okay. I mean, HP lead with the anti-crit, maybe it's A tier. I don't know. Back then, if you picked a Chroma Molly, then it was kind of annoying. But, I think with a Chroma, you could just ignore it for the most part. kill everything else, and then, you know, she can't heal herself, so I think maybe it's down. Like, if you're just picking a Chroma so that you're praying they miss crits, then I think she's down here. But a Chroma into like a CC, like the Robo teams or the Layla Tomo teams, it's up here. It's probably like somewhere here. But I think just for Cleave, probably down here. Okay, we'll put it in the middle. It's somewhere in between, right? Depends on how you play it. Ethna S tier 2. I mean, I wouldn't really say Ethna's anti-Cleave. Maybe you could make the argument with some of these as well, but I didn't really struggle into Ethna's this season. I think overall Ethna's like probably an S tier unit though, just based on like how often she's picked. I think her win rate's actually like under 50% this season, or it's hovering around 50% in G3. Okay, Tyrannus, that's probably somewhere here too. I don't know if I need to explain that. What's up, Rezek? Sorry, let me catch up on the chat here. Ever run into Tritons? Triton again, not really anti-Cleave. It's just they're just outspeeding you. I don't know if I'd rank it. But yeah, some people pick Triton into me, like last round picks. I usually had to ban it because they were picking that into my patter. Yeah, Robo additionals shred a Chroma. Yep, for sure. That's why you can't just pick a Chroma. You have to pick it with like a Juno so that the Juno can heal it up a bit. Diana, that's a good one. Let's see. Helena is also kind of anti-Cleave against me. Honestly, I think Diana was S tier into me. She was really annoying, yeah. Just because of cutting in between Charlotte and Xerath and then putting the shield up means I can't kill anything. So I definitely struggled into her. And then of course she could just solo carry a game with Vioproc, so yeah, S tier. At least against me it was. We could do Helena as well. Helena's a really good like last pick since it's a fire unit. And I'm, you know, picking, I don't know, Charlotte Cookie some games, and they're like picking this. If they pick this, that means they're probably banning Xerath out. Which means, like, there's some, you know, there's some poker games going on. You don't know if what they're banning. They could ban the Xerath, they could ban something else. So there's that factor as well. I think she was at least A. Right, again, this unit could solo you. This is good, like, and you know, being super tanky, it's also, you can't just pick a water unit to snipe it out because it takes 50% less water damage, so it's a good just like elemental slow cleave unit, I guess. But yeah, I'd say if I saw a Helena last pick, it definitely looked pretty scary. So yeah, we could put her there. What else? Cardinal. Like, honestly, simply because of the HP lead. Just because I was an HP lead, it made things kind of weird, because if you don't armor break anything, you're not going to kill the whole team. So usually if I saw a Cardinal, right, it was probably a full bruiser team, and you'd have to like run the Gemini team or pick immunity or something. So yeah, at least A tier. Minato. Yeah, I could place Minato, I think. Should be down here, right? Yeah, Minato. Oops. Yeah, I think A tier for Minato. Because since I'm running a Vanessa core, if you think about the turn order, it's Charlotte skill 3s, you push up. Minato puts up threat state, and then your Vanessa has to hit the Minato. So it denies an armor break. So simply for that, I think it could be a really good, like, counter the opener combo sort of unit, as well as being able to probably solo if you pick it right, if you're stacking a bunch of fire units. Hey, what's up, Seven? So yeah, just for that reason, like threat state basically, just to interrupt the combo, could be pretty good. Go. Okay, yeah, we can do that one. I did play against a lot of Gyos. Okay, so Gyo does hard counter Zerath, right? So if she lands her Karma, you can't skill 3 because Karma, I don't know exactly how the mechanic works, but the Zerath will basically drop his HP to 1 and then do damage. So you can't use it at all. So simply for that fact, it's also just like an annoying RNG unit, right? Like it could strip, despair stun everything. So at least A tier. But I countered this with Draco or Bastet, right? Because you're just putting so many buffs up on your units that it's really hard for them to actually strip immunity. So usually that worked out. There were some games though, I mean, it's like, I don't know if it's 1 in 3 or 1 in 4 that they actually do land the Karma or something like that. But yeah, that could happen. So that could, you know, RNG kind of unit. Fire Macron Guard. I did see a couple of those actually. And I remember 222 actually built like a Nem Trap one. But it didn't cut in, unfortunately. If it had, it would have won. I don't know, I think B tier. There are games, I think, where I killed stuff through the passive. Like if that unit was armor broken and no defense buff, then that unit would die even through the passive, so I don't know. Sometimes if they last picked it, I was just like, I'll just ban it. You know, it didn't matter. I think it was okay, but yeah, I don't know. I didn't see too much of it, so I'm not sure, but I didn't feel like it was that good. And I even tested it too this season. I played like the Water Twin Angels combo with this, so you could try and get like infinite skill 3s off. Yeah, I didn't. Those teams did not work very well, so maybe it's just B tier. Patter. Yeah, I guess Patter we could place. It's sort of like a anti-CC Cleave unit. Might be S tier, I don't know. It might be S tier right now because of Gianna. I don't know, it's somewhere here, I think. What did I say about this? I mean, I didn't struggle into Patters, because obviously I'm running Charlotte, which is an attack bar booster, which counters like, can counter like Hagang, Volantis Patter stuff, so. But I feel like, this season, Patter, I think, was my highest win rate unit. I think I had like a 60... Last time I checked, it was like 68% win rate with Patter because of the Shield Will set, or the Shield Will build into the Zabala Robo teams was really good. So maybe if you're like a CC Cleaver, it's up here. So I don't know, maybe I could put him up here. Are there any Zabala Robo players or Gianna players that would like to chime in? It's probably somewhere here, though. At least in A tier. Why is Diana in the list? Because of the attack bar. Because she could cut in and either put up a shield, or she could transform and just snipe a unit off. Yeah, Patter fucks me. But yeah, I'd say personally, I think Patter was like not that good against me, but for overall, probably somewhere up here. Wind Cookie, I wouldn't say Wind Cookie is like Anti-Cleave or Anti-C. It's just a fast. It's like just a fast unit you can pick to interrupt the combo. I mean, we didn't place Ethna, so I would say, I mean, Cookie, for me, Cookie is S tier. I was carried by Cookie. Like, that's the only way I could actually play into all of the speed warlords, was picking Cookie. But I don't think it's not really, I don't think it fits the theme of this tier list, really, so I'm not going to place it. Alright, what else we have? Same with Sekhmet, I guess. It's the same thing with Sekhmet. I mean, Veramos kind of is like an anti-CC cleave unit, right? If you're any Maxi players, Maxi and FDs, this is probably at least A tier. It could depend. I've definitely picked. We could place Juno too. If I could find Juno. Like me personally, I've definitely picked these into those kind of teams. And you know, sometimes it could work out, but a lot of times if you're playing against like a glass cannon maxi, they can actually kill these. Right? If you take a full combo, these will get dropped pretty low. So I think it can depend. But overall, you know, you probably didn't want to see these if you're playing a team like that. Just kind of depends on the draft, I think, but pretty good. Win Gapsu. Yeah, we could place it. It kind of is like an anti-snipe, anti-cleave unit, right? I didn't see too many in RTA, to be honest, though. Should be down here. Is that A tier? Probably A tier. I mean, he has a loaded kit. He's at least A tier, right? I mean, strip heal, skill 1, stun, always crits. Takes less damage at full HP, deals more damage at low HP, right? Yeah, at least A tier. I didn't see too many. But I think with a kit like that, he's, you know, I think he's meta on arena defense and some siege defenses for a reason, so he's at least an A tier. But again, didn't see too many. Where'd I put Sigurd? Sigurd's not, again, Sigurd's not a like a anti-cleave unit, but I'd say Sigurd is probably at least an A tier unit. I mean, you have Neff who climbed pretty high with that unit, so it's definitely very strong. Fire Pure Vanilla. Okay, yeah, we can do that one. Yeah, again, I would put that. It's like the same category as these three. If you're like a Zabala Robo player, this unit was really strong into you. It was picked quite a bit into me since I'm running Charlotte, but I always felt like if they're hard pivoting turn 2, I could just always either get you know, a Vanessa Zarath combo, and I just snipe one out, and then I, you know, outgrind that game 3v4, Or I would just pick like a Belinus, like a really big threat last, and it's like you're either banning Zerath or you're banning my last pick, right? So pick your poison. So, but yeah, sometimes it could be really good. The Cadiz is a it's triple revenge Verd. Yeah, these are all nat 5s. That's why it's it didn't show up. Miho is this is Miho. The Ziana is Miho. B tier. Yeah, Miho is you either pick it perfectly and it just becomes here because you have to ban it, or you pick it incorrectly and it's here. Okay, Water Hollyberry. I don't think I ever saw this. I think it'd be kind of annoying, for sure. It's basically kind of like Eleanor. But I don't think I saw this, like, ever. Maybe one time. Nempontos. Oh yeah, Nempontos was good. I lost to quite a few of those, actually. Let's see, where is it? Should be up here, right? Nempontos, at least A tier. Kind of depends. I just remember I did lose to a few of these, which felt pretty bad. It's like, oh, it's Nemesis, GG. Free win for you. No, but Nempontos is really good. At least A tier. I mean, if you know it's a Nempontos, then like, and you can plan for it, it's, you know, probably down here, like B tier. But if you don't know it's Nempontos, it's at least an A. Antares, okay, well, again, I'm gonna have to find a replacement for Antares. Shouldn't have picked this tier list, to be honest. What looks like Antares, guys? What's like something random? I don't know. What looks like a lich? Fire Gojo. Okay, we can do that. All right, Fire Gojo for Antares. B. RNG unit. I don't know. I guess you could put it up here with Triple Revenge Verd. We'll put them together. Oh, I can't. There we go. Probably like these three. It has that RNG factor, which is just kind of annoying to play against. I don't know, if you have my Antares, it's down here. If you have a Pinky Antares, it's like up here. But no, we'll split the difference. For Anti-Cleave, I mean, again, it's just one of those picks where it can pop off and just kill your entire team. Especially if it's Bio. But then if you have an Antares that just sits there, it's over here. So, you know, because it's Antares, let's just put it in B tier. I just think of all those games that I picked Antares and was extremely disappointed. Let's see. Mookwool. I don't think Mookwool's really Anti-Cleave. Triana. Okay, yeah. Oh my god. Why did I pick this tier list? There's too many Nat 4. There's too many Nat 4 units. Alright, we can say Triana is... I just have to edit the video. I'll just like insert in a picture of those units. into the video because they're just not gonna move, right? But Triana. Okay, this is Triana, the Wind Hollyberry. Maybe B tier. I mean, I actually ruined up Triana as like a Sonya, like a triple defense Sonya counter. So I mean, the fact that I ruined one up probably means it's, and picked it kind of decently well, I'd say. It means it's pretty decent. Like, at least usable. I don't know if it's... I don't know. I think it's at least B tier. But if you're... Sometimes if they have attack buff, though, they might be able to just snipe your Triana out. It depends. Here, let me show you guys mine. So I don't know if it's right, because I built one like this, like 2266 defense, but I'm not sure if it survives a attack buffed Sonya. You have to do the math on that. Yeah, skill 2 recovery. So like maybe if you can get a Triana to survive an attack buff Sonya, maybe it's actually like a tier up. Right, so, but we'll just say B tier. Probably like rune quality dependent, right? Oh, Fire Cassandra. Fire Cassandra was actually pretty good. I really did not like seeing her. Yeah, straight to A tier, I'd say. At least A tier, because if she cuts in between your Charlotte and your nuker and then snipe something out, could be bad. And the thing is, she didn't even have to kill Xerath. You could just hit the Xerath and drop it low so it doesn't do damage. So yeah, I definitely didn't like seeing her. Oh, I always felt like if I saw her, I'd have to pivot pretty hard or ban it out, you know? Vanessa, yeah, I guess Vanessa technically was, I don't know, I mean, Vanessa's just like the best, it's like one of the best picks for me. So he's just S tier, and I didn't like fighting against it because it would like protect a unit, and I could for the most part Vanessa's never die to just like a Charlotte's Wrath damage usually, and it would just revive the unit that does die, which is like an Ethna. I think overall, just because of how used it is, and also because it was pretty good into me, I'd say it's S tier. Yeah, and I was always picking Vanessa too. It was always Vanessa Xerath this season. Samath, it's a good one. Should be up here, right? Samath, oh. Samath really wasn't that good. I mean, if you're picking it as a speed lead to contest turn 1, then it's A. I think if you're picking it because you're picking like Samath with Wind Anubis, that sort of stuff, I thought it was B tier. Right, like it just depends. If you're contesting turn 1, it's up here. If you're not, and you're just picking it because you want to do that suicide team into me, I thought it was B tier. So we'll just put a B tier for now, I think. Giselle. Yeah, I guess Giselle technically could be. If I could find her. Giselle. I think overall A tier unit. Yeah, I mean, I think you could also ruin this Nemesis, right? I don't think I ever saw one on them, but you could ruin it Nem. But yeah, just like putting up invincibility, armor breaking you. Just overall really strong. I mean, I'm not sure if she's like an actual anti-cleave unit though. I do remember seeing this and feeling like I needed to ban it though. So I don't know, we could just put it A. Solid unit, I would say. More, that's a good one too. A tier. It's like A. We're talking about Anti-Cleave though. Adrian. But yeah, more could be like Despair More is a really good, I'd say decent counter pick. Again, like kind of that RNG factor. If it Despair stuns one thing, right? Like if he Despair stuns Wrath or pushes it back and then I'm not tuned anymore, it's just causes a lot of problems. So I think, yeah, A tier. I wouldn't say it's S tier because of the RNG. Right, like if you hit the stuns, it's S tier. If you don't, then you know, A tier. And especially it's not very good into Charlotte because you can't really push her back, and then if you're off will, you can glance him. So I'd say overall at least A. Jackson. Yeah, Jackson is really good. Yeah, I feel like if I saw Jackson, it was like a must ban into me. Alright, like if it's one of those perfect counter picks where you feel like you have to ban it, because it counters Charlotte, it countered Triton, which were some of the stuff I was picking mid-season was Triton, right? Like Swift Triton into a Charlotte combo. If you saw that, you kind of it felt like you kind of had to just ban it out. He's also a hard counter into Tableau teams, so. Another thing is he also makes stuff like Diana and Verd better, so usually you would see some kind of pairing like that. So yeah, I think S tier. Like yeah. Every time I saw this, it was like, you better ban that. Daphnis. Yeah, I guess a lot of Daphnises were on Nemesis. Nemesis, where is he? I usually felt like those teams didn't work though. Should be up here. I would say B. I was more afraid of Firecast than Daphnis, to be honest. Because this thing has RNG built into it. And this thing could just... There's like no RNG, right? As long as you build it 100 crit. There's no RNG, and then it cleanses itself. Right? You can't just snipe it out, because, yeah, this thing was much better than Daphnis. Beelzebub's up here. Were you really playing Jackson Diana? Oh my god. Let's see what else. Same A. Dude, this unit. S tier, I think. Even against me, I'm not even really a CC cleaver, and I thought this unit was S tier. It does too much. Right? It not only does it just provide a lot of healing, it's also kind of an anti-snipe unit, because you can just revive the unit, another unit, and then still get that skill off. And it also counters like Draco, right? Any immunity stuff. So I always felt like this was a bit too strong, even into me. Yeah, even stronger into CC Cleave, probably, right? What else we got? Light and Wind Sniper, okay. We're getting too many Nat 4s. I'm not gonna place those. I did not see those enough. I never saw a Wind Sniper. Light Sniper, you're right though. Light Sniper actually should be placed though. Wow, that sucks. Wind Sniper Ancient, that was from so long ago. Yeah, for the Moor, when Moor was a big thing. Yeah, it definitely can still work. Light Sniper. What's a good replacement for that though? Oh, we can do Carlos real quick. Carlos. Probably A tier. A tier, if you can't deal with this, it could just kill your whole team. It's like you're typically banning this or you're focusing out the Carlos, right? But if you mess up, this could just turn around and kill your entire team. So overall, pretty strong unit, especially into the Sonya teams. I mean, because a lot of the times they will just roll the dice and try and crit the Carlos, but if they don't, I think you just turn around and cleave them, right? It's a pretty good unit. I think we're... Oh, I already did Douglas. That was like the first unit we did. Wait, did I place more, right? Wait, did I not place more? I thought I did. Maybe I took him off or something. Wait, what? Oh, he's right here. Never mind. I did do... Yeah. Zenisek. Does Zenisek counter a cleave? Yeah, I guess we could place it. That's like anti-pushback, anti-CC cleave, right? If I could find it. It should be down here. This is a newer unit. So is he up here though? I don't know. Personally, I didn't really play against a lot of Zenisek, even though I have a Charlotte. I think if you're someone who runs who does run like the Zabala Robo team, was this really good into you? Because I feel like it's in this tier of counter pick, right? With Jackson, Seimei. It should be in this tier. But personally, I didn't really struggle into it because I don't really care about pushbacks, since I just want the bar boost, right? But I think, yeah, this should be S tier into the right team. Alright, what else is there? Berghild, again, Berghild's like Ethna, so I'm not placing Ethna, right? So I won't really call it. It's just an overall good unit. Camilla's pretty good, right? Right, taking half damage from crits, cleansing, healing 2 units, and then also having a slow freeze, and then also having good base stats. It's at least an A. Oh, really? So you think Patter's better than Zenisek? Oh, interesting. So, what do you pick into Zenisek then? Or why do you think he's not as good? Who else we got? Wind Cookie was pretty good too. Gildner, I already placed it. He's down here, sorry. Gildner's bad. So Zenisec you can anti-cleanse. Oh, okay. Reset. Throw up immunity, or just keep pushing back the rest of his team. Oh, okay. Interesting. Alright. We'll put him A. Yeah, Patter cuts you, you lose. If you miss any stun, he has more consistent damage. Okay, that makes sense to me. Alright, we'll downvote him to A tier. Okay, Wind Cookie though. Wind Cookie is really strong. There's some like Alex Wind Cookie teams where it's like full reflect damage. Lot of healing, cleanses, puts up shields every turn. Could be kind of annoying, especially if you're missing your armor breaks. I think it's at least an A tier unit. Let's see though. I think we're all just about done here. I wouldn't place any of these. Gapsu. Is Gapsu S tier? Gapsu might be S tier with like Ragdoll. Like this core right here. Yeah, I think he's S tier. He HP lead. Cleanses every turn, heals every turn, cycles if you use a heal skill. Skill 1 stun, skill 2 steal beneficial effect, and then do a mini nuke. Yeah, S tier unit. For sure S tier. What else we got? Oh, the wind guy. This guy's that's a meme. Maybe he'll get buffed though. I don't think I need to explain that one. Nyx. Is Nyx S tier? Ooh, I don't know. This unit felt really good when if I played against it. I think if you're a CC guy, this unit was probably pretty annoying for you. Even into me, like HP lead and then minus 20% damage. Pretty hard to deal with sometimes. He's a lot kind of like Seimei in a way. But Seimei heals, he doesn't heal, so bit of a trade-off. I think he's at least S tier. I kind of want one. Yeah, I want a Nyx. Yeah, he's a counter pick into stuff like Neff. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's good into those CC teams, CC debuff stuff. Yeah, does he have a flat out 20% damage? I don't know. I wanted him to be good. Anything else, guys? I think that's about it. I guess Josephine. Put that in A tier. Oh, Rakuni. You know, I'm just gonna have to make a list in the comments section. So there's a lot of Nat 4s we should have rated. So yeah, I might just pull these out so people aren't confused, and then I'll just in the comments when I make the video. But yeah, what's I guess El Sharian. Let's say El Sharian is light sniper. Yeah, I'm not sure. Light sniper wasn't too good into me, since I was always pretty tanky. I think if you're a classic cleaver, that's probably like A tier. For me, I'd say it was probably somewhere down here. I do feel like I banned some out this season, so let's just keep it an A. And I'll make a note that El Sharian is the Magnum. Oh yeah, see, and there's all these Nat4. There's all these Nat4 ones too. First live in Ayunu, yeah. I don't know about Cuba. Cuba is like, I don't think that's worth the placement, but this should be. Oh, Masha maybe? A tier. A tier counters all the pushback units. Also has like second life, can stack up. I guess Meiho Wang is also like that too, right? Xing. Okay, I would put Xing in B tier because I personally, oh my god, I don't know. Like I want to put him here because I hate him, just from personally using him and watching him do nothing. But he's probably at least an A. Meiho Wang. I mean, Meiho Wang just like carried EU Cup, SWC. It's probably S tier, right? Oh, I don't know. I'd say against me it was A tier. Xing though, I don't know, man. Xing was just like like RNG. Thoughts on Arsha? Arsha's strong. She's not really an anti-cleave unit. Yeah, Xing is so fake. I agree. I'm so tired of like watching a robo spin on me and then he just sits there. Come on. Alright, I think that's it, guys. Besides the Nat 4s, my bad on. I should have picked a better tier list maker. I'll just have to note it in the comments though. I guess Shizuka also is kind of an anti-snipe unit. I'd put that in A. Right, because of the skill 2. Skill 2 is so good. Let's see. Alright, I think that's it. Yeah. Okay.